Just a moment. As soon as we are up and live on YouTube, we will go ahead and get started. So this is being recorded this evening as we do all of our sessions here. Oh man, we got a good group joining us. I am very happy to see all of you on this evening. I will try to go ahead and make it brief because, of course, I do realize it is Friday night. No need to turn your cameras on or anything like that. I know that you guys are there and watching. So we have had a big, long day in terms of training and coaching and things like that. So if you are going to need to get off the webinar at any point, don't worry about it. We are going to be, it's on YouTube already. But what are we here to do tonight? Well, I got to tell you, this training has slightly moved today based on market conditions. And, you know, originally I get a lot of questions about websites and domain names and email. And so I was going to do a very simple, here's how to turn on GoDaddy and here's how to forward your email. And I realized, though, that honestly, guys, it is window dressing on the larger question at hand when we're looking at things in the real estate market the way they are right now. Several of our competitors hit 52-week lows in their stock prices today. I won't mention any names, but some are down 85 or 90% in value from the beginning of the year. So you've got to realize when you're looking at things like that, what does that tell you? That tells you that this market is contracting and there's going to be some serious consequences for consumers and for real estate agents. So when you're out there worrying about what your domain name is, but you haven't reached out to your database to give them an item of value, that is where I shifted our priority tonight. You know, we have a really amazing thing coming up on Sunday and Tuesday with the Harold Washington Punch 9 movie biopic that we have rented out 2 different movie theaters, north side and south side of Chicago, to have a special time with our clients, knowing that some people right now in this market are looking at the market going, well, Nick, I don't necessarily want to buy today. Guess what? We're going to have those conversations about how to buy down a 3-2-1 buy down. I just added that to my podcast. We've got so many other trainings and events coming up. But right now, if you're not reaching out to your clients and checking in and building items of value for them, the idea that, you know, a website is going to save the day, you are rearranging desk chairs on the Titanic if you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is actually reaching out and creating value for the consumer. So we are going to do what we were supposed to do, what I told you we would do tonight, which is talk about websites. But I wanted to start with this presentation. So I'm going to go ahead and share this screen here. So this is a prioritization of making sure we are going in the right order of things. So if you are going to play on GoDaddy tonight after we get off this delightful time together for Find Out Fridays and buy a domain name, let's start at the beginning first. So on the left-hand side, you'll notice this is a arrow. I'm going to go ahead and move our little picture of all of us. So look at what we got. We got visual aids tonight, friends. What are you going to start with? First things first, let's get our lead capture set up. I use this phrase a lot, don't spray and pray. That is not just about direct mail. That is about life. That's about every single post you do. Don't just spray and pray. We've said to you for so long, don't be a secret agent, but also don't be a dumb agent. You know, don't do what some of the stuff that I used to do, which was really just shoving in people's faces. I'm a realtor. Do you want to buy? Do you want to sell? That conversation gets really old, not only for the consumer, but for you. And so we want to start out tonight with reminding you that there are ways to reach out to people and in general post things on social media, etc., that are not offensive, but they're also actually items of value. So that's going to be our second thing in our arrow over. But if you're just sitting there and posting the items of value and there's no lead capture, well, guess what? You're giving something away and you have no idea who you gave it away to or what their needs are. So with digital business card and text codes. Yes, I've tricked you to get here so you would actually set some tools up that Project X and Exit Strategy Realty have that no other offices around us are doing. So we need to start there. And then we're going to get into setting up your Exit Realty Connect app and your digital presentations. We're going to glance over some of this tonight, knowing that we've talked about a lot of it in the past, but I want to at least address the basics, because then we actually have a reason to have a website. If you don't have any of your tools set up, why are you buying a domain name? Why are you even worried about it? People are not going to go and look you up and then click on a website and decide to work with you when you don't have any tools for them. You know, if you go on, people are going to go on LinkedIn and they're going to look for you before they go to your website, right? And so at the tail end of this, I will show you how to set up your email address once you bought your GoDaddy domain name and get that email address forwarded to Gmail for free. It is very difficult to figure out how to do that on your own. So I am going to show you, I'm going to do it for you. But I just wanted to kind of make sure we get there first. Don't worry, there's no homework tonight. That screen is blank. So let me get us out of that slide there, but I hope that's helpful to kind of build a baseline. So let's start. First off, our wise agent. You knew I was going to take you there, right? Because I'm going to talk to you tonight about, do you really want to use a website template or do you want a landing page? We're going to get you there, but let's start out making sure that we even have the exit tools set up with Wise Agent. The genius of Wise Agent, well, there's many geniuses to it, but I love the fact that the Exit Realty tools work with it. So if we're going to go into the resource center anyway, so if you go to exitrealty.com and sign in, and then we're going to go over on the right-hand side, and we're also going to go in the middle of it. This is the new resource center. It's absolutely stunning if you have not been in here yet. But, you know, and there's some business card leads and things like that. If you've got people looking at you online, don't you also want them to be texting and use the items of value? So what we have to do first is let's make sure that your mobile business card. So again, I'm in the resource center. I'm going over to the right-hand side and I'm going to click underneath my little name there. You have the exact same stuff, guys. You're going to click on my mobile business card. Because how are people going to get to this website you're so convinced is going to save your business? Guess what? It's going to happen. It's going to happen when you say text Libert. So now we are in the mobile business card. Text Libert to 85377 or whatever your business card is. So I have it very simple. It's my last name. And then when they text that, and you can see right here, you can change it to whatever you want it to, and you can save it. I'm not even going to get into the smart sign conversation tonight. Just know that the smart sign is part of all this. But if you look at it, when you have the text code, once you've got it, if you've noticed on my social media, when I put something up, I'm only using text codes now. Why is that? Because if I post a hyperlink or a website, the algorithm on almost every single social media product shoves it to the bottom of the pile of all the different stuff you can see out there. So let me say that again. If you are putting up your website, whether it is a landing page, it's your www.nicklibert.com, which is one of mine, or whatever it is, if you're putting that on your social media, you are doing it wrong, guys. You are doing it wrong. That's why Exit Corporate knows that. That's why they're providing you with a mobile business card. It's not just for people when you meet them on the street or you say, oh, text me and, you know, here's my business card, my digital business card. I have not had a paper business card since the beginning of COVID, ladies and gentlemen, because I knew that number one, those get thrown out. Number two, that they don't want the end user to click away from their page. Yes, Cassandra, exactly. You know, you and I both see what's happening out there. It is a changing game with the algorithms. So we need to act accordingly. So you need to, number one, set up your mobile business card. And then you also want to set up the reply message. Now, there's a reply message already there. There's a reply message already there, but you can add to that reply message. I think I was the first one in Exit to do this, because I sat there going, I don't want them to just get my mobile business card. I want to get my items of value. We're going to hit on this so many times tonight. Items of value. What are your items of value? I want to go back real quick again to this flow chart here. You've got your digital business card and the text code. You've then got to send them to your items of value, because guess what? If you don't have items of value, they're not going to want to work with you. You've got to provide them with something that other people don't have, which brings me, of course, to ZenList and all the other tools that we have to talk about. And we have more tools coming. But we got to get you through the basics first. So let's get into this conversation of this text code again for a second. And my apologies, my smart home is talking to me in the background, as it seems to always do at sunset. I've got to turn that off. Let me get into the mobile business card. So you can, this reply message, you can say, see all my items of value. That would be a great place to put in your website. If you actually have a website that has items of value, you can leave it blank for now, and it will just say my digital business card. See where I've got that highlighted in the middle? That's fine to start. At least you've got the basics. But eventually I want you to think about your items of value. And how are you going to show people your items of value? Is it through a landing page? Wise Agent has amazing landing pages for you guys. This is not a landing page learning session tonight. This is also not a link tree learning session tonight. However, another option for a landing page is just to do a link tree. I have an entire training on it. We can continue to have the conversation about how to show people the items of value, but you have to have them all set up. So if you don't have them all in one place, guess what? Your website would be an amazing place to have them. I did go ahead myself and do a separate link tree because it was easy to do. You could go in to do the website, the exit templates that are for free, and do it there. This is, by the way, also Linktree is free. Whatever you do, start compiling them tonight. And I have a example for you. This is mine. And if you go to teamlibert.com, one of my domain names, teamlibert.com goes directly to my items of value, So one of the biggest items of value you all have, you have our events. So if you click on this little link in mine, it will take you to the address of our Eventbrite where we have all our events. So again, I want you to put everything together, start collecting your items of value, most of which are going to come from us until you really grow into a content magnet like we are teaching you to do. But here we go. Here's 2 upcoming events. These are, of course, our consumer education series, the screening that we're talking about, the private screening we're doing Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday. And then guess what? By the time Tuesday rolls around, we'll have our November consumer event. And it's a really cool outreach event. And we're going to have more. If you've ever wondered, what have we done in the past? All 64 past events since the beginning of COVID are collected here. And so you can show your consumers, you can show your realtor friends at competitors who don't do any of these, all the different things. Green open house, community health gut check with that famous author, hard hat tour, all these different workouts we've done. Condo association, really meaty things like the how to buy in the right condo association, investor seminars. I mean, on and on and on, boxing classes, tax appeal. We're going to keep doing these. This is a signature of us, and it comes straight from both the Brian Buffini coaching program and the core training. That is what they teach us to do, and I'm doing it with you so you don't have to do it alone. That is a huge item of value. There's that address. If you forgot how to get there, you can go to teamlibert.com, just like you're going to eventually have your own domain name, and you click on Attend Exit Strategy Consumer Events. That would be that little link right there is what you would link to in your link tree or in your landing page. Next one, request access to my app for more properties than anywhere else. I wonder what app that could be. Oh my, it's ZenList. So when they click on that, now, of course, I'm signed into ZenList right now. So, my clients are in there picking stuff out and working. That's great. You will send them to your Zen link. Okay. So I'm, of course, signed into my Zenlist so I can show you this. But where's your Zen link? Okay. I'm in Zenlist. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. And by the way, I will try to look at the chat in a little bit, guys. If you have something private to say, don't put it in the chat because I'm going to open up the chat while I'm screen sharing. Go down to the bottom and you see where it says account. Then you're going to click on Zen link. And guys, there's your Zen link. That is the link that you're going to be putting in on your website or on your link tree, however you're going to collect these, and you can honestly right now just open up a email and start sending these links to yourself as a draft, however you want to do that. Do not use the QR code for a landing page. Why? Because guess what? People may be on their phones clicking through. They can't scan a QR code when they're on their phones, right? So think about that. QR codes should not be on a website. QR codes should be like a physical property, things like that. Don't post QR codes on your social media. People are on their phone about 75 to 80% of the time now versus a desktop or a laptop. You can't scan in a QR code while you're on the only device you're using, right? So think about that. There is your Zen link. So that's how you would just literally go there and copy that. That is another item of value. Oh, but wait, there's more. You have a lot of items of value, right? So next up, my buyer's guide. You have a buyer's guide too. So that goes back to our flow of information, setting up your Exit Realty Connect app and your digital presentations. So that is another item of value, but that also sets you up to be moving into the Exit Realty tools again. So again, we're moving in order here. So your digital buyer and seller presentations are also right in the marketing. See where it says marketing up here at the top? And then it says presentations. I'm back in the Exit Resource Center. Marketing, you click on marketing, you click on presentations after that. It takes about 5 minutes to set up. Now, in a perfect world, we would have 2 to 3 hours to be together tonight, and I would walk you through the presentations. In reality, I'm going to ask you to self-discover a little bit and go in there and take the 5 minutes. Also, I have, I think, at least 2 or 3 videos on how to do those in the training blog. But when you set those up, you can do a generic one. So you've got it right on your links, your item of value. So let me click on the one for buyers. So this is mine. And see where at the top, again, you're going to cut and paste that website address. And that's going to be your next item of value. And look at how beautiful these look on desktop, on laptop, anything. I mean, I can't say enough about these digital presentations. You can obviously then, they can download them if they like paper. They can fill out the buyer survey. Yours truly has been pushing to get the seller survey. That should be up there very shortly as well. So these links, they are right there where you just, once you create a presentation, do a generic one that doesn't have anybody's name on it. And then that way you've got these permanent item of value links. How great is that you can be literally sitting there at a coffee shop and be like, oh, here's a digital presentation, buyer or seller, right there. Same way again with the seller's guide. There it is. It's beautiful. You've got the link right there. And guys, if you need help making it look great, it takes 5 minutes, but you have my template right there. So you would just go to teamlibrary.com and click on mine, and you can see the very minor changes that I did, which took me less than 5 minutes on those. We had a great training with Rate My Agent the other day. So you can literally click on all my reviews right on Rate My Agent. If you don't have Rate My Agent set up, even though I highly recommend it, you can also link this to your Zillow reviews, etc. It is setting you up to be able to say, if someone says, well, give me a couple testimonials, tell me more about yourself. Oh, we'll just go right on my link tree, go right on my website, go right on my landing page, however you want to set that up. But there is the item of value right there. I do have a link to my digital business card. Now that may seem a little bit like repetitive because obviously they already are coming from probably my digital business card, but sometimes they're not. Maybe they've gone directly to your website or your landing page. And it's nice to have, again, that link. Where did that link come from? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's literally right here on the right-hand side of the little page in your Exit Resource Center for the text codes for the mobile business card. There it is right there. See where it says that long address? That's going to be the next one in this set of links. The coaching blog, that's just for us. So if you ever forget where it is, there it is right there. But then also I have my Calendly. If you have Calendly as well, you can set that up so you can schedule time with them. And then last but not least, I have a link to my actual consumer website. So if you click on that, where do they go? They go to my Exit Realty website template, which is probably what some of you are here tonight to learn about. But I'm going to trick you to make sure that, oh, of course, and right while I'm here, my internet just went down. Please don't be down. Please don't be down. Hopefully I'm not losing you guys, but I see I've got a little warning up about my connectivity. Pray with me. Okay, so we'll come back to that in a second. Let me see the chat real quick. Oh, thank you, Cassandra. They've got she's got hers there as well. We'll talk a little bit more about Linktree in a second, maybe. But I want to go back into our flow here. And so we've talked about items of value, and there was my samples for you. Feel free to add more. But again, we're not trying to sell ourselves. We're trying to provide items of value. So you've got the digital business card. Now, we mentioned Wise Agent. We name drop Wise Agent. Why? Because you want to never double data entry again. I don't want to data enter at all. So why I love Wise Agent? One of the many reasons is that when you go into Wise Agent and then you click on integrations. So I'm going to do this again. Go into Wise Agent, click on integrations. I think my internet is holding out. Hallelujah. And then you click on settings. So there is this little thing right at the top left-hand side. What is that, guys? API keys and lead email. What is that? What is an API key? That is basically, I'm not going to use technical terms. I don't know the technical terms. Basically, it's the connector, the yenta between different technologies. So the API key here, you're going to copy it from Wise Agent, and you're going to go right into your Exit Resource Center. So we've set up the mobile business card. I don't care how you play with the mobile business card later in terms of design. You can pick a color. I don't care. That's window dressing. That's not important. All that stuff, you can go in and do the site links, things like that. I'm not going to waste your time on that tonight. I want to go right into that big important next step, which is settings and preferences. So we're going to go back up to this top right-hand menu and click on settings and preferences. And we're going to add in that API key. So because Exit Corporate knows that some of us, AKA this office, is obsessed with Wise Agent, right there on the lower right-hand side, we and Wise Agent have an integration. Click on Wise Agent settings. And where does it say? Now I already have my key in there, but you would then just literally sit here. And as a matter of fact, I'll show you. I'm going to update my key. You would just cut and paste that right in there and click on update key. That's it. Then what happens? When people text you, when people text your digital business card, of course, where are they texting it from? Their cell phone number. Go back to the beginning of the conversation tonight. We don't want to spray and pray. We want to lead capture. Everything has lead capture that I'm going to ever teach you. I shouldn't say absolutes, but I can't think of anything that I don't teach you that has lead capture. You have to have lead capture. And I don't want you to double data entry when you do. This solves that problem. Every time someone goes into, see where it says, now I was just testing it again. So you'll see that cell phone number may look familiar. It's mine. See this one down here below it though? That 608 number, that's a property lead. Look at all these other property leads I'm getting. I'm getting property leads, business card leads, buyer presentation leads, seller presentation leads. How am I getting those? Because they're coming in through the text codes. Where is this information going? Guess what? It's going into my Wise Agent. So right then it will sit there and say in Wise Agent, under contacts, there'll be new people coming. It'll say where they came from. Now it will only have their cell phone number. Oh my gosh, you might have to do something. Sad. I'm so sorry. I'm asking you to do something here, guys. You tell I'm sarcastic tonight. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to go into Forewarn. You got the link in my coaching blog, how to use Forewarn. If you have not yet used it, you're going to go into Forewarn, and then you're going to put their cell phone number in there because you got their cell phone number. It just told you that, right? Not only in the resource center, but it went right into your Wise agent. And Wise agent's going to tell you, or Forewarn is going to tell you what their name is. And then, of course, you're going to put their name into your Wise agent. That's the only data entry you'll need. It's already in there in terms of their phone number. Now you've just got to add in what their name is, and then let Wise agent help you from there. We have that integration, this lead enhancement, where we'll try to find them on social media, try to pull up more information. I just go directly to social media once I've got their name, and I add them on LinkedIn, because then also if they say yes to the connection, a lot of times it'll have more information, including their birthday, an email address. Guys, see, we're working it. We're working the system here. We got to do that in order to make up for every single person that's saying the market right now is tough, or that they can't get their property they want. You have to convert every possible lead you can. Every contact counts. Every relationship counts right now. I am going nowhere except right with you to make sure that you have the tools, you have the events, you have the content, but you still have to put it out there. You still have to build a relationship. I can't build it for you. So that is the text code. Going back to our diagram again, our text code in full. Check a box. You've done it. Next up, the items of value. Check a box. We showed it to you. Next up, not done yet. Digital presentations. We talked about them. But let's also go into the Exit Realty Connect app. Now, the Exit Resource Center now feels a lot like the Exit Realty Connect app in some ways, but there's still extra functionality to the app. You want to go ahead and download the Exit Realty Connect app on your phone so that you can be sitting there and do what's called a quick lead. I'm not going to bore you with the whole presentation of how cool the Exit Realty Connect app is, the new version of it. Go ahead and download it. And then when you go into the Exit Realty Connect app, you literally can click right into it and go, all right, this is a quick lead. I want to send them my digital presentation. So that's why we're in that lead flow, the center of this lead flow. And then it will, if you do it, if you send it to them, same way with your digital business card, if you send it to them, it will not only tell Wise Agent that you sent it to them right from your phone, so you don't have to be near a desktop or laptop. It will also, if it's the digital presentation, let you know if they've looked at it and how many times. That is a really, really cool thing. It'll let you know and how many times. So don't wait I'll get back to you. I'll send that from my desktop or my laptop later. Download the Exit Realty Connect app. There's some really cool things in there that I can't even talk about tonight because we don't have time. We're already 30 minutes in, but that is big. Now, I notice we haven't lost anyone yet because you're probably waiting for what you actually signed up to get here tonight. See, aren't I awful? Here's where we need to be next. Website. We're going to buy a domain name. So there's no slide on this, so I'm just going to say it. You are your brand. You are the relationship. Exit and Project X and what I do at Exit Strategy with you is, I think, special and unique, but you are the relationship. You are the service. You are the person that is going to make this happen with the client. I am, in my opinion, we are a business incubator for you. Exit Strategy is a business incubator for you. No company is going to feed you enough leads to survive, and most of them aren't going to feed you any. When most of these competitors are losing tons of money, the stockholders are mad, the last thing they're going to do is figure out a way to get more stuff in your inbox. You have to do that. I can provide you with the tools and the venue and the events and the education, but you have to build that relationship. So why would you have a domain name that is not your own or no domain name at all? You need to buy a domain name so that you can forward that domain name to whatever template you decide. because what I'm going to continue to show you over the coming weeks is that you have options. You don't need to tie it into, well, this is going to be my website forever. I've had a domain name, the same domain name, nickleiber.com, since 1998 when I was at Coldwell Banker, and nobody had one. And everyone's like, oh, why do you have, what's a website? Well, you don't need a website. Yes, you do. I believe you need a website, if for nothing else, to funnel all your items of value together. Here's the breaking news, guys. No one is going to go on your website and search for property on your website when they have Zillow, they have one that starts with an R, they got Realtor.com, another one starts with the R out there. They will go on Zenlist, which we provide for every single one of you, because Zenlist is not only an amazing app, it has the private listing network listings. That's 5 to 7%, sometimes 10% more listings than don't show up on Zillow, Redfin, etc. They can set their own search criteria up. Stop trying to think that a website is going to be where your website is going to be where they go. Guys, that is a waste of your time. And for those of you spending money, and I know we're on YouTube, so we're going to probably have people from other companies out there, you sit there and you go spend money with blank company or another blank company, these outside web providers, to get a website that quite frankly doesn't look that great anyway. The consumer is going to go back to Zillow or Realtor.com, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They're not going to stay on your website. They shouldn't. Your website is a funnel of items of value, and it's a placeholder for the service that you provide until you actually start interacting with them yourself. Don't kid yourselves. I have tried it every other way. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on different websites over the years that didn't work or were a waste of time or worked, but not enough. So you have a potential tonight to sit and reframe your mindset and say, it's going to be a placeholder for items of value. And here is where we go. GoDaddy. Why GoDaddy? I don't get $1 out of them. That's not one of those little pre-market companies I've invested in. This is it's just the placeholder. It's the standard holder. You go to any, for example, Exit Corporate. If you decide to use the Exit domain templates, you have to get it approved by corporate, AKA they just want to make sure that it's not something offensive, and then it will forward to their template. You may have had a little problem getting, that to work to forward the template, even though there's whole directions on it. Guess what? Corporate will now do it for you. They'll literally sit on your computer through their technology, or they'll walk you through it on the phone, or just do it for you if you want to give them the password. That's because they understand GoDaddy. That is the standard holder. You can go try to find it somewhere else. I just don't feel like GoDaddy's the standard bearer. It's where I have bought my stuff forever. So you buy a domain name. What do I say right here in our little thing? Buy your domain name now and decide where to put it later. Okay, decide where to put it later. You can forward it at any point, and you can change that forwarding in 5 minutes. I have moved my domain, both of my domains, because I have nickleiber.com, which goes directly to my Exit Realty template. And then I have teamleiber.com that goes to my items of value. And you will notice now when I go on my little personal website, let me go into it. Right at the top, there is a schedule button. And schedule/events/resources. All of you have the capability to add a link, and I can show you tonight how to do that if we feel like it. And when you go on that link, it goes to where? It goes to my teamleiber.com, which has all my link. That's my link tree. And then right in the link tree, you can click at the bottom, and it goes back to nickleiber.com, my consumer website. So you can do whatever you want in terms of forwarding and changing your mind. The bottom line is you need to pick out your domain name. Let's talk about what your domain name should be. I don't care. I don't care. But I do want to give you some advice. The bottom line is most of us are going to probably be a solo agent or a small team. Don't overthink this, okay? I have had nickleiber.com for 24, almost 25 years. And no one has ever said to me, ew, it's branded only to you. I have teamleiber.com, which is alternated. Sometimes it forwards to the same domain name as my other one. Sometimes it doesn't. People have never gone, oh my God, you only have one person on your team besides yourself. That's not a real team. Guys, it is all window dressing. All you need to do is pick one and stick with it. You could do I don't want to, don't put Exit's name in it, because guess what? I hope you're going to be at Exit forever. I believe in this system. I believe that some of you I know are already over 100% commission because you brought people in and you realize it's bigger than yourself. But maybe, God forbid, tomorrow we change our name to Exit E. Just kidding. We never will. But whatever it is, you need to control your domain name. And I think it should be about you. So if you've got a brand, so for example, you are your brand. Cassandra's got Aspire Group. Maybe she's got aspiregroup.com or whatever that is. It is sometimes hard at this point to find, if you picked a common name as your team name, to find that domain name anymore. So maybe you have to go to .info or, a different back end. I still like .com, but there's .info, there's so many different whatever extensions. Guys, just don't overthink it, buy it and stick with it. And it is $9 to $15 a year through GoDaddy. It's still one of the cheapest places out there, and it is easy to pick out. Once you pick it out, what do you do with it? So you go into domains, and then you are going to forward it at some point, whether that's tonight, because you're going to do it to the domain name from Exit, or the template from Exit, or you're going to forward it to your link tree or to a Wise Agent landing page. Oh my, it sounds like there might be another training coming up on those, because I got to tell you, I may not keep my items of value in Linktree. I may take it directly to Wise Agent. There's some reasons why we won't go into tonight, but I got ideas for you. But for tonight, where do you, in your domains, so I'm on my teamlibrary.com one right now. When you click on domains, you pick out whichever one. Probably most of you are just going to have one, right? I hope so. You don't need 8,000 domains. I used to have like 20. It's ridiculous. And you're going to go into the settings. So when you go into it, you can see right here, scroll down with me for a second and see where it says email forwarding. Email forwarding. Now you said, well, wait, Nick, I thought we were talking about the website. We are, but I want to get something out of the way. Your email address. I think Gmail is the most superior email product out there. If you are so hyper obsessed with having a branded email, even though maybe you haven't even set up your Wise Agent, have no CRM database set up, alert, that should be your first priority. But let's do what you asked for, some of you, and let's go to the email address conversation. Your GoDaddy domain. So nick@nickliber.com. I have breaking news for you all. nick@nickliber.com secretly forwards to my Gmail. How boring, how pedestrian, right? I'm going to show you tonight how to forward your vanity domain name email right over to your Gmail. Gmail links up to Wise Agent, and it links up to your phone. To me, it is by far the most superior and free, my favorite price, free 99, free email service out there. How do you do that? So once you pick out your domain name, you are going to go into this thing, the domain settings. So my domains and then domain settings. They are going to try to sell you. If you are on here from GoDaddy, shame on you people. If they're going to try to sell you that you need to buy an email server, the email system, you do not. Gmail is free. Most of us already have Gmail. It connects to our Wise Agent. I'm beating that into the ground, aren't I? Go into not click add email, not click add website alert. They're trying to sell you something. I will never try to sell you anything. You are here for free for life. I will never charge anybody $1. I don't believe in technology fees. I think that's garbage. So for us, Project X, exit strategy, you go down to bypass all that junk and you go to email forwarding. Okay, email forwarding. You click on edit email settings. And what does it say? Oh my gosh, emails sent to that thing goes, you say forward all email to this email. Okay, forward all email to this email. What is that email address? Well, it's whatever your Gmail address is. Note on Gmail. Mine is nickliber@gmail.com. Yours could be cassandrasneed@gmail.com or whoever, whatever. Don't have it offensive. Maybe think about that for 5 minutes. My other email address is teamlibercoaching teamlibertcoaching@gmail.com. teamlibertcoaching@gmail.com. You've never heard of that one, but you may have seen nick@teamlibrary.com. Guess where that forwards to or is about to? nicklibertcoaching@gmail.com. Don't tell anybody. It's a vanity domain name. So you're going to go in and you're going to go to that email address in Gmail. So again, here I am in my little nicklibertcoaching@gmail.com. And I'm going to show you in a second how to cloak it once you get to Gmail, because I think it's cheap if you've got it forwarding. Oh my gosh, I'm emailing nick@nickliber.com and it comes back from a Gmail address. Like, well, that doesn't look that great, does it? So let's get through that. I dug for a while to figure out how to do that one. I'm going to show you that tonight, but let's finish with our GoDaddy and then we're not going to be back there the rest of the evening. So nicklibertcoaching@gmail.com is how we get it. We get it from GoDaddy through the email forwarding all the way down here. You click on forward all email. Don't filter for spam through GoDaddy. They're not that great at it. Gmail is the master at doing that. So we're just going to click on forward all email to this email. And there is my email address. And then click save. So there it is. It's going to go, all that junk from my teamlibertcoaching.com is going to go to nicklibertcoaching@gmail.com. Now let's, again, what we just talked about, let's make sure it looks good when I email you from my Gmail. Another training of mine, sorry for all the training, sorry, I got a lot of ideas, is how to, in Wise Agent, set up your email signature there, and then it can be popped right into your Gmail. You already have that training, and I'll do it again for you another night. We are going to run close to an hour, and I was not planning on it. I know this is a long one, guys. Almost all of you are still here. Thank you for waiting. So it is very hard in Gmail. They kind of don't make it very easy to find out how to do this right either. But once your email is forwarded from GoDaddy, so that's step one, then step two, to get that cloaked look to your Gmail, you click on this settings button at the top. See where my cursor is? That little wheel, screw, bolt, I don't know. Clearly not a carpenter. So that little tool button, that little wheel button, when you click on that, it's going to open up this screen in the center. See where I'm at in the center? You're going to, don't go through all these menu items because it's a mess. You click right on accounts and import. So see where I've got it? Accounts and import. And then see where it says send email as? Okay. If you click on learn more under send email as, that is where you get the instructions that everyone is always asking about and no one can find because it's a mess. That clicks on this little help button where it goes send emails from a different email or alias. And there is all the instructions you've needed the whole time, right? So let me say that again. Click on the settings button, the little wheel. Then you click on accounts and import. Once you're in the settings, accounts and import. And then you're going to go down to send email as. And it has the click on the learn more button. And that's where you get all the instructions. But let me just show you. You click on add another email address. And you are going to go to, what is it? Your email address from, so it's going to be, mine is nick@teamliber.com. And then see you can do the learn more about treat as an alias. Let's click on that real quick. And when you add another address to your Gmail account, Gmail typically treats it as a same as your original Gmail. It's an alias. If you're sending on behalf of another user, we're not doing that. So let's get out of that little ugly box and let's go back into this thing of adding another email address. And then again, there it is, nick@teamliber.com. Next step, it's going to ask you to verify. Configure your mail to be sent through teamliber.com servers. What? Okay, let's click on learn more there as well. So then we're going to go into the next step. And I think I actually may have done something wrong. Add another email address. And then let's see, click your name, click on next step verification. Yeah. One moment. I may have to read through the instructions again. Configure your mail to be sent through teamlibrary.com servers. Hey, no. It's not the way it looked the other night. Please hold. I love live training, don't you? Okay, let me figure this out again for 1 second. We don't want to import mail. We just want to send it from the other address. Let's read the instruction. Accounts and import. Send mail as, correct. So that far I've done so right. Huh, whoops. Edit info. Oh, wow. Okay, so let's do this. Send your name, email address, select a different reply to address. That was close. I was about to doubt my skills there. So what I did was when I clicked on add another email address, that is not the right button. You are going to click on edit info instead. All right, we got it. We got it. That was close. All right, so then again, though, if you want to do it, I don't even know the STP stuff. That was like that. I've never seen that again. That is, I would just do exactly what I did there. Click on edit info, and that is the way to do it. Don't touch that button that I touched at first because I have no idea how that would look. So the reply to address, nick@teamlibrary.com. And again, send mail as. And I'm going to keep that as Nick Liebert. Reply to email will go to this address. And then let's see how that looks. I'm going to send myself something at my other email address. And I see there's some questions in the chat. So give me a moment on those. So you see also the signature pieces at the bottom. So that's going to be where you do the items that I showed you in that other training about the signature. You can see that signature right there at the bottom. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So guys, just give me a minute. I will be as quick as possible, I promise. Not going to teach you too much about labels. I just kind of leave them to what they do. Let's look at the questions, make sure you're not getting anything. Don't do the API application. Oh, thank you for that. $69.99 for what, Cassandra?
So when I was looking up GoDaddy, good evening, everyone. I was just looking at some of the prices. Most of the domains that I was searching for had already been purchased, but they told me that I could purchase them for $69.99.
No, ma'am, they're trying to get you.
Oh, I'm not purchasing anything for $69.99.
Nope, 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 and not at all. I would not either. So what I would do if I were you would be find a different domain. Keep it GoDaddy, but think of something. What about like a .info, which is not one of my favorites. What when you guys, if you will indulge me, I know some of you on YouTube are probably like, oh Lord, he's going on a tangent, but I would like to let's do this for a second. Now, of course, I'm signed in. What's the domain you were wanting?
So I originally wanted the Aspire group.
And remember, guys, you can't have the words realty. You can't have the words properties, anything that sounds like you're a brokerage. That is IDFPR non-compliant. You are in violation of state branding or licensing laws. So what about what about the Aspire group destinations? Ooh, that, or the Aspire group. Now you can't use the word real estate. You can't use the word realty.
So I just actually found one. I just did the Aspire group Shy, and that one's $2.99.
Okay, not bad at all. So the suggestion on that for those of you, and you will, by the way, see some cool stuff from us about, we are going to do some cool rebranding of the office website stuff. Remember, you don't sell just in Chicago. Now I like Shy. Shy is like a little bit more generic. Chicagoland, because you're selling in the city and the suburbs. I don't want to be tied into, that would be like me being like Nick Libert Lakeview. Well, I sell in other areas. I actually will drive to a suburb once in a while.
Right.
So just be thinking about that, guys. But the Aspire group, shy.com, you've got some other, now some of these are just weird. XYZ, I would not do. .net, I don't have a problem with .net. .info, I'm cheap. Sometimes I buy .info for certain things, but that is kind of also, by the way, that's for 1 year. They'll get you year 2 on .info. Don't think that that's like the difference between a $14.99 or $20.99 and a $1.99. Yes, it's $20. I know we are in a stagnant market, but they're going to get you year 2 anyway. Cassandra, I'm sorry I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, they told me that it's just the first year that would be $2.99, but afterwards, moving forward, it would be $20 a year.
And that, I'd say, honestly, guys, just put it in, get it for this year. I don't do 5-year renewals. I literally do them once a year because maybe I'm going to do something additional or, change something by the next year. So I don't want to obsess with marketing tonight too much because, again, remember, do I have all my tools set up to even get to this point? But if you want a one-on-one session with me, you know where to go. You go to teamlibrary.com and schedule time with Nick. It's an item of value of mine. I need to go to bed soon, I think. But for tonight, if you have a branding specific thing to be like, hey, Nick, do you like this logo that Amanda did for me? Remember, we have the graphic designer, Amanda. We'll go into more marketing stuff another day, but I can help you in a coaching call kind of put this stuff together and figure out, like, do you like your logo? Do you want a different one? What should your domain name be? We can sit here and play on GoDaddy together, guys. I am more than happy to follow this value up with more direct, just the same way with you. If you're going to put a video up and say, hey, I've got this new program with one of my lenders, people are going to want to interact with you personally. That's why we have the one-on-one coaching session. So that's enough on GoDaddy, with one exception. If you go into domains, remember, you originally were probably here to learn about websites. Guess what? That's the last thing, is email address, website. Just buy it now. But then how do you forward it? You do not buy a website. See where these I almost used a bad language. These nice folks have the ad website. Don't do it. That's where they're trying to get you to buy something, just like that's where they're trying to get you to buy an email address from them or buy an email server from them, when you can just forward it to your GoDaddy or to your Gmail. So under domains, I'm going to walk you through this here because I just did this a while ago for my little Team Libert one. And so let's see here. nicklibert.com. Let's click on it. And then you can do the, there's all your contact information, blah, blah, blah. You do not need to do any of this risk losing. They'll get you, they'll do your automatic domain. stuff. So then there's again, manage email users. Don't mess with that. Name servers. Don't mess with that. Domain forwarding. Now, this is where you're going to click in every case except the exit templates. You would click on add forwarding and you'd forward the whole domain to your other account. And actually, I'm in the Nick Liebert one, which is where exit has to have you approve in your exit template. And I'll walk you through that very quickly because I do have a video on that. But I'll do that in a second. I want to take you to the teamlibrary.com that I have the simple forwarding onto. They claim that thing is, now Team Library is worth more than Nick Liebert in their little valuations, which is like Zestimates. They're not accurate. But go down to additional settings and where it says manage DNS. And then scroll down and see where it says forwarding. I clicked on add forwarding and then it just literally goes to that address, which is my link tree. That could go to your Wise Agent landing page. We can do all kinds of cool stuff with that. It's a simple forwarding, but that's for everything except for the exit websites. Let's talk about exit websites for 2 minutes because there are much smarter people than me that walk you through the templates. Now, of course, I got kicked out of the resource center when my internet got slow. Let me go back in there. So Exit Corporate has spent a lot of money and a lot of time making beautiful websites for you guys. I can't say enough about how good these are. And these are free 99. Free 99, my favorite. Oh, look, I got more property leads. Hallelujah. I don't know when that happened tonight, but someone must want some this evening. So you click on marketing when you're in the resource center, click on marketing and then click on websites. It's our last thing, guys. Thank you for waiting. I'm really appreciative. And look at these different websites. Now I got different stuff going on for the office, but here's the really cool thing. Your website template is whatever you want it to be. My favorite actual of the templates, let me show you quickly. And then again, Annette Anthony walks you through step by step the websites, how to do them. And by the way, there's an alternative video from yours truly about them that I am more than happy to show you where to find that on my YouTube channel. So for those of you that are on YouTube, you literally just go under my trainings and it's on the playlists for realtors. So for the rest of you here at the office, I will have it in the coaching blog as well. So here's the website settings. Super, super easy stuff. I think for you, either you can do the agent focus one, which is very simple, or the one that I like, which is the blog focused one. What did we just talk about at the beginning? I'm going to go back to this slide one more time before I let you go tonight. I said, what are you just selling yourself or actually providing items of value? Each one of your items of value could be its own blog. You could be blogging about every event we do, every event you do, all this different stuff. The blog focused one is just absolutely my favorite. That's the one that I have for nickliebert.com. A simple one. It'll still load your listings. It'll still be beautiful. They are so mobile optimized. They're just gorgeous. Those are the ones, either one of those two. The listing focus one, I don't really particularly care for. The agent sponsoring one, that is probably only for one or two of you I can think of at the office, that is really more focused on the attracting agents part. There's still a join exit on every single one of our other templates. What I love about these templates, you have the ability to change the background into a variety of things. Look, there's a Chicago winter background. I don't think we want to be there yet today. There's some different moving ones. Now, some of them are cities that aren't here. I will give you a hint that there's at least one of them that looks a lot like Chicago. One is, but I won't tell you which one. And then there's some really good interior ones. If you're in the suburbs, there's a great one for the suburbs. That looks like half of the city and the suburbs right there. You got some beautiful both video and regular static photo ones. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous ones there. You can then, each layout has its own custom pieces, custom pages. Let me show you that real quick, because this is where not only you add your individual pages if you want to, and you can do that in the Agent Easy one, as well as the one that I just showed you. But there's a new one within the custom pages. It's called, scroll down to the bottom and see this little plus sign. Watch this. So there's a news or community. I do a mix of both, but then there's also link. What is link? That's where it changes at the top menu bar. You can't take away the basic stuff that they've got up there. You can add a link. So what I've done is I added a link that goes to my items of value. And you could literally put that at the top. Items of value could be your link. So for example, my link at this point, which I just did back on the 10th of the month, schedule/resources/events. Yours could say items of value. And it forwards to your landing page with all your items of value, or your link tree, whatever you want it to be. Or you just don't do it at all, and your items of value are all on the custom pages or on just one page together of your Exit Realty template. As you walk through the templates, they have all kinds of tutorials about them. Yes, I do want to leave the site because I already did what I was supposed to. And again, they have great tutorials. I also, as far as the domain forwarding, if you're struggling with that, even though they have a tutorial, literally just get on the chat with corporate during the business hours, which I think they're a little extended, and they will walk you through it or just do it for you. But there's that domain button right there. You turn your status on once you've got everything set up. And I got to tell you guys, it is a very, very, very good looking website. It's also a highly functional website. It's gorgeous stuff. And again, all the tools work together. If someone emails you from your website, not only does it send a note in an email to you, guess what else it does? It goes into your Wise agent, and you've got their contact information there. So one more time, guys, we're over on time. I'm going to go into the slideshow, and then I'm going to say goodnight. This is the flow. If you don't have the stuff on the left and moving towards the middle done, why are we rearranging desk chairs on the Titanic and playing on a website? You've got to get the stuff on the left and in the middle working. And by the way, if you don't have your Wise Agent CRM set up where you could have in 5 minutes, just like I showed you last night in the coaching vlog, send a Wise text, send an e-blast out to your database to give them an item of value, then why are we playing on a website? So I hope this was valuable. I hope this also gave you some perspective as to really, I'm going to continue to be a little bit more front loading you with things like this, these spreadsheets or these flow charts that really give you prioritization. You have to prioritize in a time like this. You always have to prioritize your time, but right now you really need to prioritize every single possible piece of the puzzle, getting you maximum return on investment immediately. So Abraham, thank you and welcome. I had a wonderful first coaching session with him today, kind of overwhelmed him with all kinds of value. And some stuff that maybe he'll need to prioritize. What is the most valuable? Guys, this is the flow chart. You will see this more. If you need to replay this tonight, if you want to go back and do more, go on the YouTube channel. It is there. Thank you guys all for being here on a Friday night. Go enjoy the rest of it. I'm going to go watch some TV. Have a wonderful